"Grandma, why do you always smell weird?" That simple question, asked by her granddaughter with complete innocence, made Nancy Miller's world collapse. At 68 years old, Nancy had always been a clean woman, meticulous with her hygiene. However, her daughter told her, "That's just your scent." And from that moment on, Nancy noticed her granddaughter no longer wanted to sit on her lap. She even wrinkled her nose whenever Nancy asked for a hug. That night, Nancy pulled the blanket over her head and cried quietly for a long time. "Hello, I'm Dr. Henry Thompson. I'm 77 years old and I've dedicated more than 5 decades to geriatrics, having cared for over 10,000 older adults. Today, I want to share a shocking truth with you, one that perhaps no one has had the courage to tell you directly. Has this ever happened to you? You get on a bus and no one sits beside you. Your grandson prefers to stand. Your daughter-in-law opens the window as soon as she walks into your house. Could it be because of what they call the old person smell? Maybe you're wondering if you have it too. And honestly, the answer is probably yes. If you've ever felt that way, stay with me until the end. What you're about to discover could completely change how your loved ones perceive you. Click like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on this life-changing information. After examining thousands of older adults, I discovered that 99% of them can't detect their own scent. But those around them certainly can, and out of politeness, they rarely say anything. Let me tell you what happened to George Carter. He showered every day and kept his home spotless. One day, his son brought friends over and George overheard one of them whisper, "Whoa, it really smells like old person in here." That comment crushed him. From then on, whenever his grandchildren visited, he would lock himself in his room. If you're still watching this video, maybe you're already asking yourself, what if it's me? And most likely it is. But don't worry. Stay until the end, because I'm going to show you a very simple way to eliminate that smell. Science has already proven that the human body changes with age, and along with those changes, your natural body odor also shifts. It's not your fault. You didn't do anything wrong. But you don't have to accept it as inevitable. You won't have to hear people whisper behind your back things like, "Does this lady smell bad?" anymore. And kids will stop pulling away, because if there's one thing about kids, it's that they're brutally honest. I remember Betty Davis, a 65-year-old woman, who told me with tears in her eyes, "Doctor, my grandson doesn't want to sit on my lap anymore. What can I do?" After decades of working with older adults, I discovered something that changed lives. You only need 3 minutes a day to wash 2 very specific areas of your body, and with that alone, you can eliminate up to 90% of the unpleasant odor. This method has already transformed the lives of over 1,000 of my patients. Their family relationships improved drastically. Last week, I spoke with Frank Wilson, an 88-year-old man. He told me, "Doctor, I use expensive cologne, but my son still opens the window every time he enters my room." It hurt him deeply. I had to be honest with him. "Frank, cologne doesn't fix the problem. It just masks it. It's like spraying air freshener in a dirty bathroom. The bad smell is still there." Many people make the same mistake. They notice an unpleasant odor and immediately reach for cologne or deodorant. But that only makes things worse, because it combines the natural body odor with artificial scents. In the end, the windows get opened even more and older people feel even more rejected. The solution is to go to the root of the problem. It's not just about aging or bathing less. There are clear scientific reasons behind this odor. The first has to do with sweat. When we're young, we sweat about 1 liter a day. But after 60, that amount drops by half or even more. You might think, less sweat means less smell, right? But actually, it's the opposite. Sweat helps eliminate toxins from the body. When you sweat less, those toxins remain on your skin, feeding bacteria that produce bad smells. Nancy Clark, a 71-year-old patient, asked me, "I barely sweat. Why do I smell bad?" And I explained, that's precisely why. The second cause is the skin's sebum. As we age, the composition of sebum, the oil produced by our skin, changes. A compound called non-enol begins to appear around the age of 50 and peaks at around 70. This oxidized substance, nearly absent in young people, is one of the main culprits of the typical old person smell. The third reason is dry mouth. After 60, saliva production drops by more than 50%, and saliva is essential to maintain a balanced mouth environment and prevent bacterial growth. Less saliva means more bacteria and more bad breath. Linda Harris, a 69-year-old woman, confessed to me, "My mouth feels dry all the time. Sometimes I notice the smell when I speak. I feel embarrassed getting close to my grandkids." So, if you shower, use mouthwash, and wear perfume, and still feel like the smell persists, it's because of these 3 reasons. But the best part is, there's a solution. If this information is helping you, comment the number 1 below. And if you haven't subscribed yet, do it now and turn on the notification bell. Your support helps us keep sharing helpful content to improve your life. If you skip the rest of this video, you'll keep wasting money on products that don't work. But if you pay attention within a week, you'll start noticing results. Now let's go over the basic steps to get rid of that unwanted smell. Do what I'm about to tell you, and in just 1 month you'll see your family's attitude toward you completely change. Many patients ask me, "Doctor, can you really get rid of the old person smell?" And my answer is always, yes, but you have to do it right. The proper way. James Parker, 75, came to my clinic looking sad. He said, "My grandkids won't come into my room, and my son always opens the window." But 6 months after following my advice, he returned with a big smile. "My grandson is back on my lap." And the best part? You don't need to spend money on expensive products. You can start today, right from your home. After 50 years of research, I developed a method that has worked for 97% of my patients. First step, drink enough warm water. Many people ask me, what does water have to do with the smell? A lot. Water acts like an internal broom, helping to flush out toxins through your urine. A particularly helpful habit is drinking a glass of warm water as soon as you wake up. Just that alone can significantly reduce body odor. Margaret Adams, age 72, told me, "At first it was hard, but after a month I couldn't live without my morning glass of warm water. My skin got better, and my grandson told me I smell nice." Ideal goal? 6 glasses of water a day. Having trouble remembering? Here's a trick. 1 glass when you wake up, 1 before lunch, 1 after, 1 at 3 p.m., another before dinner, and the last one before bed. Before sleeping, set fixed times for drinking water and make it a daily habit. Important, coffee or tea doesn't count. In fact, coffee dehydrates you even more, so for every cup of coffee you drink, add an extra glass of water. Second rule, light walks in the sun. Many people tell me, "I'm old, it's hard for me to exercise." Don't worry, I'm not asking you to hit the gym. All I'm asking for is a gentle 20-minute walk in the sunlight. That's more than enough. Sunlight helps kill harmful skin bacteria, and a light walk helps you sweat out toxins without overexerting yourself. But avoid harsh sun. The ideal times to go outside are before 10 a.m. or after 4 p.m. Fred Taylor told me, "At first my legs hurt, but the doctor suggested I walk for just 10 minutes a day. Now I can do more. I walk slowly and sweat just a little, and that's all I need." Third rule, daily shower with warm water. In winter, many seniors tell me it's hard to shower every day because of the cold, but bathing is essential to clean the skin, eliminate bacteria, and avoid unpleasant odors. One tip, avoid very hot water, as it damages your skin's protective barrier and can make the smell worse. The ideal temperature is between 100 degrees and 104 degrees, about 38 to 40 degrees Celsius. Once a week, take a warm immersion bath at about 100 38 Celsius for 20 minutes. This opens your pores and allows deep-seated dirt to be released. Many of my patients have told me that after this weekly bath, their skin feels softer and their body odor is noticeably reduced. If you follow these 3 basic rules, you'll notice a significant reduction in age-related body odor. But wait. There's still a more important secret. During your shower, there are 3 specific areas that you need to wash thoroughly. 90% of bad odor comes from these areas, yet most older people overlook them. First, the skin folds: neck, armpits, under the breasts, navel, groin, behind the knees, elbows. All of these areas accumulate sweat and bacteria. Many elderly people barely touch these areas while bathing, especially behind the neck and ears, which are key spots where odor becomes intense. Susan Brooks, 66, told me, "Doctor, I've been showering my whole life, but I had never scrubbed my armpits and chest properly like you recommended. The odor went down a lot. My grandson hugs me again." You just need to gently scrub those folds using a soft sponge or cloth. Don't scrub too hard to avoid damaging your skin, but do make sure to clean every corner. Second key area: hairy regions, the armpits, chest, and scalp trap, sweat and sebum, especially the scalp, which often gets neglected. When you wash your hair, massage your scalp gently with your fingers. Tom Harris, 62, told me, "The doctor told me to massage my scalp well while washing my hair. I did it, and the smell on my head went way down. Now, even my grandson pats my head. If you have hair on your chest or abdomen, make sure to wash it thoroughly with soap, rinse well, and dry completely." Third zone: the parts that sweat the most. Feet, between the toes and palms of the hands, have many sweat glands and are often the source of odor. Feet, especially when enclosed in shoes all day, become a playground for bacteria. John Miller, 68, confessed to me, "My feet used to stink terribly. I started washing well between my toes, drying them before putting on socks, and the smell disappeared. My daughter-in-law doesn't make a face when she walks into my room anymore." Wash your feet well, especially between the toes, and dry them completely before putting on socks. Use cotton socks, change them every day, and rotate your shoes so they have time to air out. Your back is harder to reach, so use a long-handled brush or towel to get there. Back sweat soaks into clothing and causes odor, so don't skip it. Always use warm, not hot water. Hot water breaks down the skin barrier and worsens the issue. Use mild soap, avoid strong fragrances. Mary Johnson, 71, told me, "I didn't believe simple things could make a difference, but I gave it a try. It worked. My grandson sits with me to watch TV now. It's wonderful." After showering, moisturize your skin. Dry skin flakes more easily and produces odor, especially in winter. Once a week, take that 20-minute warm bath, dry off well, and apply lotion. If you don't start today, you'll continue bothering those around you, and worse, you'll lose your joy and self-esteem. Don't wait until you regret it. Start today. Clean those 3 areas well, and in just 1 week, you'll see how your family's attitude toward you changes. In the next part, we'll dive deeper into diet and lifestyle. Listen through to the end. Dr. Henry, aside from hygiene, is there anything else that can help? Yes, absolutely. What you eat has a direct impact on body odor. If this video is helping you, comment the number 2 below so I know you're still with me. And if you haven't subscribed yet, do it now and turn on the bell so you don't miss any valuable advice. Let's continue. Betty Carter, 60 years old, asked me, "I've eaten garlic all my life. Is that why I smell bad?" Garlic and spices may leave a temporary scent, but in the long run, their antioxidants actually help reduce body odor. First, eat more antioxidants. It may sound technical, but it's simple. Antioxidants fight cellular aging, which is one of the main causes of bad odor, Tomatoes, apples, strawberries, buckwheat, and brown rice help slow down that process and reduce odor from the inside out. Fruits and vegetables that are red or purple are especially rich in these compounds. Paul King, 79, told me, "The doctor recommended 1 apple and 1 tomato a day. 2 months later, my granddaughter said I don't smell bad anymore. It was like magic." Garlic, though it may have a strong initial scent, releases a compound called allicin when digested, which fights bacteria and free radicals. 1 or 2 cloves a day can greatly help reduce body odor. Second tip, eat fruits and vegetables with high water content. Watermelon, pear, tomato. These foods help cleanse the body naturally through urine. Nancy Miller, 68, shared with me, "I started eating half a cucumber and a tomato a day for my health. 3 months later, people told me I don't smell anymore." Do you find it hard to eat fruits and vegetables daily? Make yourself a smoothie every day. It's a practical and delicious solution. This blend of vegetables and fruits is incredibly helpful in reducing age-related body odor. Third tip, keep your mouth clean. Brushing your teeth 3 times a day is essential, but not enough. You also need to clean your tongue. The tongue accumulates a large number of bacteria and is one of the main causes of bad breath. Using a toothbrush isn't enough. Get a tongue scraper at the pharmacy. It's cheap and highly effective. When used daily, it drastically improves your breath. Linda Parker, 73, told me, "At first, scraping my tongue made me gag, but I got used to it. Now I can't skip it. My breath feels fresh." Chewing sugar-free gum after meals also helps. It stimulates saliva production, which combats bad odors. Choose gum with xylitol. It freshens your breath and prevents cavities. Chew for 10 minutes after meals to keep your mouth healthier. Fourth tip, reduce your intake of coffee and alcohol. Coffee, tea, and alcoholic beverages dehydrate the body, which worsens body odor. Alcohol, in particular, breaks down in the liver and releases acetaldehyde, a substance that comes out through your sweat and has a strong smell. George Carter, 71, told me, "I used to drink a bottle of whiskey every day until I realized that was the problem." A good alternative is barley tea. It reduced his odor in just a month. If you can't quit coffee, limit it to 1 or 2 cups a day and always drink it with water or barley tea. And if you can, reduce or eliminate alcohol altogether. Fifth tip, eat enough fiber. Constipation worsens body odor because the waste retained in your body releases toxins that re-enter the bloodstream and exit through the skin. Brown rice, whole grains, and fiber-rich fruits and vegetables help keep your digestion active. A breakfast with brown rice or oatmeal stimulates bowel movements. Margaret Evans, 77, told me, "I was constipated my whole life. I started having brown rice and soup for breakfast. The problem disappeared. And interestingly, so did the body odor." If you don't start changing these habits now, you'll keep spending money on expensive products that don't solve anything. With just a few small changes to your hygiene and nutrition routines, you can make a huge difference. And not only will you reduce the odor, these changes will improve your overall health and help you enjoy a more active and happy older age. Start today. Now let's talk about clothing, the objects you use every day, and how they greatly affect your smell. Showering alone isn't enough if your clothes and bed linen stay dirty or soaked with odor. First, change your clothes and underwear frequently. Wash them after every use. If you wear the same garment for several days, the accumulated sweat and sebum feed bacteria that cause bad smells, especially in summer. Robert Harris, 72, confessed, "I used to wear the same clothes for 3 or 4 days. The doctor told me to change them daily. The smell went down a lot." Underwear should be made of cotton. This material absorbs sweat and allows the skin to breathe. Avoid synthetic fabrics which trap moisture and worsen odor. Always dry your clothes thoroughly, preferably in the sun. Sunlight is a natural disinfectant. If it rains, make sure your clothes are completely dry before wearing them. Second, wash your bed linens regularly. We spend at least 8 hours a night in our sheets, and that's where sweat, oil, and dead skin cells build up, creating an ideal environment for bacteria. Wash your sheets weekly, and if you can, dry them in the sun. Pillowcases should be changed even more often since they collect scalp oils and skin flakes. Linda Parker, 75, said, "I used to wash the sheets once a month. The doctor recommended doing it weekly. At first, it felt like a hassle, but now it's part of my routine. My room doesn't smell anymore." Mattresses, pillows, and blankets also wear out over time. Replace them every 1 or 2 years as they accumulate bacteria and dust mites that create bad odors. Third, take care of your shoes and socks. Foot odor transfers to your shoes and affects the whole environment around you. Change your socks daily, choose cotton, and don't wear the same pair of shoes every day. Alternate between 2 or 3 pairs so they can dry properly. Sprinkle baking soda inside your shoes. It helps absorb moisture and odors. Paul King, 69, told me, "I always wore the same pair of shoes. The doctor told me to change things up. Now I wear clean socks every day. The smell in my feet went down so much that my grandson doesn't avoid coming into my room anymore." Fourth, air out your home every day. Closed spaces trap odors. Open your windows at least twice a day for 10 minutes each time, in the morning and at night. Bathrooms and kitchens need extra ventilation. Use baking soda in the bathroom to absorb odors. Fred Taylor, 71, said, "I hated the cold, so I never opened the windows. The doctor insisted. At first, it was annoying, but the air changed completely. Now my daughter-in-law doesn't rush in to open them anymore." To recap, the smell associated with aging comes from reduced sweating, waste buildup, oxidized sebum, non-anal, decreased saliva production, poor diet, low hydration, lack of hygiene, and unwashed clothes. Key solutions: drink at least 6 glasses of warm water a day. Take a 20-minute walk in soft sunlight. Wash 3 key areas: folds, hairy spots, and sweaty zones. Eat antioxidant-rich foods like fruits, vegetables, and garlic. Keep your mouth clean with brushing and tongue scraping. Wash your underwear daily, change your sheets weekly, and ventilate your home twice a day. None of this is expensive. You don't need fancy products or complicated routines, just daily habits that transform your health, boost your confidence, and improve your relationship with others. Don't let odor push you away from your family, your grandchildren, or the moments you enjoy most. Margaret Adams, 62, told me, "I followed all the doctor's advice. After 6 months, my grandson sits on my lap again, hugs me, and kisses me. Thank you, Dr. Henry, for giving me back this joy." You can feel that too. Start today. Well, my friends, that's all for today. I hope these tips have opened your eyes and been truly helpful. Tell me in the comments what impacted you the most. Washing the key areas, drinking more water, ventilating the room? I'd love to know what you're going to apply in your daily life. Leave us a comment and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more tips that will improve your life. We're learning and growing together. See you in the next video.